How are you?
Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. How are
Yep.
you?
What's up, everybody?
It's Friday, Perry.
It's the weekend, baby.
Oh, God, Perry, no. Stop. What? Every day. I can't take it. All right. We've got several topics that we're going to talk about today. Today, we're going to talk about the Kelis Pharrell Beyonce debacle, what they got going on over there, and how Kelis's anger is really directed towards Pharrell. I believe you said that yesterday, right, Perry?
Yeah, I said that's where it needs to be. I
Okay,
think
well,
she
that's what
must have.
it's.
Yeah, she had to correct herself last night.
Then we're going to talk about Jada Pinkett Smith and the role she played behind today's apology from Will Smith. He apologized to Chris, and if you missed that video, I have it in my previous video. Then we're going to talk about my favorite topic. That's Bishop Bling Bling. I'm loving talking about Bishop Whitehead.
Can the people say amen? Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I love it. So if you haven't already signed up for Perry's Hotline,
It's the hottest shit in town, people.
please don't forget to do so.
It's hot.
The number is 1-702-553-3288. Let's start out with my favorite topic. I don't know what it is. I am obsessed with this subject. Let me put his picture up. He is a hot mess. I love talking about Bishop Lamor Miller.
Con artist behind the pool pit. That's what I call him.
You call him a con artist?
Well, that's exactly what he is. Now, come on now. I mean, what kind of damn preacher? I mean, we ain't got to get into it, all this. But why? The sunglasses. Who dresses like this?
No, listen.
Like he look like he just left the club. You understand? Like what the people say. You know what I'm saying? Like
Perry, don't say what the people say. People are gonna think of Kirk Franklin. Don't say that.
I know. I mean, when I see this cross around this pimp's neck, that's what I'm thinking about.
I'm loving talking about Bishop Whitehead because I've never seen anything like it. It's the damnedest thing. First of all, if you attend his church, you have to question yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
what am I doing?
No, for real, you really do. He driving up in a $500,000 car.
Yeah.
But holding service above the chicken shack. You know what I'm saying? Like that church.
Uh-huh.
Who does that? Like, who has this kind of money and the gold?
Perry, stop. Did you say his
church is above a chicken shack?
Okay,
let's keep it real.
That is so mean. He is a trip. Okay, let's get into it today. I have to find my video. I can't find it. Anyway, okay, so today, Bishop, it's coming out in the media today that Bishop Lamor Miller-Whitehead is being sued by a woman. Her name is, oh my gosh, lost her name. Let me bring up the article. By a woman that goes to his church. Okay. And what he did is he convinced this woman to liquidate her savings, right? Give him the $90,000. Can you believe this?
Oh, hell no.
Okay. Holy con man behind the pit. You guys are crazy. Convinced her to give him $90,000. He was supposed to take that money, invest it in a house for her. Okay. Of course. And then make her more money. Now, and he also made an agreement because she was living off of this, her life savings, to give her $100 a month. Okay, I'm not going to talk bad about the lady. I'm going to say it doesn't make sense. Like, give me your money, and let me flip this for you and make more money. It doesn't work that way. You could advise me on what to do with the money, but I'm not giving you a damn thing, especially when you come to church. Well, where are my pictures at? Dressed like a pimp. No offense. Look, let me show you some of the things that he claimed was stolen, that he was wearing to church. And I thought it was just the day for the fake robbery because I don't believe the
Right.
robbery.
Mhm.
But he was walking around on a daily basis with jewelry like this.
Look at this. That's damn amazing. Look like K Jewelers or something. I mean, I don't get it. Like, that's my point with that. Like, these pastors, they make people look down on religion. Like, church ain't the same way it used to be. Yeah, you got people, the con artists used to rip people off back then too. But today, you look
You're-
up there and your pastor done drove up in a $500,000 car,
Yeah.
walk
Mhm.
above the chicken shack, grab a wing or two, then go up to your little corner where he got your ass sitting, probably no AC. Okay,
Perry,
probably no
stop.
AC. No, I'm just keeping it real. But his ass gonna go up there with a damn Gucci bow tie on.
Look, I don't understand this. Like, make it make sense. Let me read this. Pastor Pimphead to the pulpit.
Exactly.
Pimphead is right. Thank you for the super chat. Wheela. I hope I pronounced that right. I appreciate the super chat. For me, it would be suspicious. He's got too many material things. I don't like that.
Yeah.
He's dressing really like a pimp every
Right.
day.
Mhm.
But people bought into it.
I guess you could say he sort of is like a pimp because when they come in, he said, "These bees better have my money." He only took 90,000 from the woman. Come on now. So I mean, really, it's the same thing, just disguised, and then under a non-profit, what makes it worse?
Okay, I found my notes. Yeah, you're right. You're really right about that. It makes it work. Okay, the girl's name was Pauline Anderson. She was introduced to him through her son. Okay, so she's suing him. But listen, he's been to prison before, and he's been to prison for stealing $2 million in identity theft. He got line of credit in other people's names. Now, is it unusual to go to a church and not be familiar with your pastor's or bishop's background? Think about it. Maybe it's easy to get swindled by him. I'm just saying. I mean, we don't know.
I mean, it's weird because some people can look at it and say, "Hey, you know what? I want that guy who lived in this world that found Christ, right?" Well, he don't found Christ after robbing people for years, and he found the way. Let him lead us. I really don't know the whole concept behind it. Like, I used to go to church when I was younger, but once I went to church and seen the preacher cursing out the deacon, I was like, no, sound like
It's
the club to
crazy.
me.
So she gives him this $90,000. Instead of investing it in a home for her, he put it as a down payment towards his home, towards a $4.4 million home. Okay. When that deal did not go through, it did not go through. So he could have still at this point gave her the money back. What did he do? He decided to buy a 4.5 million apartment complex. He is messy. Listen, if I go on Instagram, let me tell you, he has a lot of financial things. I want you to take a look at the things that God has blessed him with. This is just insane.
Look at that shit.
That's his house. You see the house? Oh
Why
my
can't
God.
he have church at his house?
Look at the cars. I wouldn't feel comfortable if my pastor posted something like this in my social media. I'm just, what? Huh?
Swagged out.
And then I'm asking you for my $100 payment. Remember, he's going to give her $100 a month.
God is amazing.
Did you hear what he said? God is amazing.
Right.
As
He
he
sure
shows
is.
us all of his material things.
Yeah.
You could not be my pastor. You could
You
not
had
be
people
my
had to
pastor.
walk to church to go above the chicken shack, and he got those kind
Yeah.
of cars sitting in his driveway.
Really? Those were Bentleys or Rolls Royces? Let me see it
I
again.
don't know. I know it's a car we can't afford. That's all I'm saying.
What kind of car is this? That's a Bentley.
That's
He
a
got
Rolls
two
Royce, ain't
Bentleys sitting up in there. Two Bentleys. So he drives this car around town. This is not something that and see the new house in the background? He ended up buying a house in Saddle River, New Jersey. Child. That's a Rolls Royce. That is a Rolls Royce.
God.
Wow.
And he couldn't even give her the $100 a month that he promised her after she gave him the
Oh,
$90,000.
Lord. Now he didn't give it $100
He made
stipend.
one payment of $100.
Wow. You know, it's funny how somebody can just be one-sided that way. He robbing
Uh-huh.
people and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But then at the end of the day, become real sensitive what people think about him. That's why he went off on Larry Reed.
Wait,
No,
why do you think he went off on
well, no, I'm
Larry?
saying, like, I mean, you would think he'd be a tougher guy if you conning people
Uh-huh.
under the name of
Skies.
Christ. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then you're gonna get sensitive when somebody says something about you, right?
Yeah. He was in his feelings with
Yeah, he was in his
Larry.
feelings. But I'm
He was
saying
in
he
his
just
feelings.
showed his true colors and look at the house and all that. Seriously. He could have
Mhm.
had church in his garage, right? Left the cars outside. It would have been better than the church he had above the chicken shack.
Michelle said he staged that robbery to pay for all of that. He staged that robbery. You can't tell me anything different. He staged the robbery.
Yeah.
But speaking of Larry Reed, so he got a different reaction from the public for that robbery. Nobody believes him. So he holds this press conference. Okay, I'm not making this up. It was earlier today. He held a press conference. This is too much for me. During the press conference, he's upset with the media. He said that his church got robbed and we're worried about the kind of clothes that he's wearing. See why I love to talk about him? He said, if anything, he was being brave that day. He said he grew up with nothing. He had no father. His father was murdered back in the 70s. And so he made a way from himself, but they don't focus on that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
They want to talk about this robbery. He said no one goes around talking about Joel Osteen and his suits and what he wears. But we have said Joel Osteen, I can't say that last name, is not the most pleasant man. We've said that.
Mhm.
We said he's all in about the money. You didn't catch the memo. Okay? No. He hates it that the media has called him Bishop Bling Bling. I can't. This is too much. He's upset. So at this press conference today, let me pull this up. This is so funny.
He rolling
At the
around
press
town. That
conference,
Royce playing rap music with his damn gold chain on.
wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hashtag ghetto gospel. Wait, so look, so he throws this press conference when he basically chews out the media and tell us that people are causing his church post-traumatic stress because they went through a hard thing and no one's acknowledging what they've been through. The guy came in, he goes over the robbery all again, and it was really on 10 this time. But really what caught my attention is at the end, he took questions from the press. And one of the, reporters asked a question about him getting this money from his, what do they call it, partitioner?
Yeah, petitioner. Yeah.
In the church. And
Mhm.
this was his, this is how he handled the situation. It's crazy.
So, before you helped turn the young man in after the shooting on the subway, I remember when last year you ran, of course, for Brooklyn Borough President. Yes. And during that campaign, you accepted a loan, $150,000 from a woman down in Miami, Josette Bayoro. Just wondering how you know her and why you did not repay her.
Thank you so much. At this present time, Bishop will no longer be answering any more questions. We appreciate
You said
your
2
time.
questions a person.
Have a good day.
I didn't even get to finish the first one. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know. You're right. Yes, you're right. You're right. They're trying to listen. That's more of a legal question, and what you just stated is inaccurate. I'm gonna leave it there.
Why though?
That's
We have a lawyer we can get in contact with?
Yep.
What's his name?
All you have to do is send an email, and then we'll email you back.
What email?
What email though?
Press conference at lotim.org. lotim.org.
All inquiries or press releases will be sent out to the media with all information on Bishop Whitehead, and any questions that you may have can be filtered through
How do you restore the faith in the
Okay, first of
Wow.
all,
I mean, is she part of his PR team, or is that his wife, or?
the bodyguard, no,
I
that's
mean,
not his
yeah, the
wife.
one. That's it. No,
Yeah,
no more
I
questions.
call her the bodyguard. I don't know who she is. She's not the
This is
wife.
for us to look good about the robbery. We don't want to talk about people we robbed. You know what I'm saying? Like, enough is enough of that shit. He out there in the corner, and he don't even frequent that area. You know what I'm saying? He got to make it look good, like he running for Congress or something.
Look, she asked him, why didn't you pay the lady her money back?
Yeah.
My God. And he couldn't answer the question. And did you peep this? Did you catch this one? He said, email us for all inquiries, right? She said, what's the name of the email? He said, press conference dot whatever at whatever.
Uh-huh.
Well, who names their email press conference?
I mean, somebody who's trying to clean up the shit they just caused, the mess they just caused. He's trying to clean it up.
Someone said it reminds me of Gilliam's speech at the Four Seasons landscape. Yeah, it's so funny. I mean, listen, if this guy doesn't scream crook, then I don't know what does. I just went through
He looked
when
like
I was
a con artist when he was standing up there. Let's be real. I mean, if you had to walk past and judge him just by sight, looked like a con artist.
well, I'll say this. Let me say this. That couldn't be my preacher. He couldn't be my bishop, just point blank, period. According to him, people aren't giving him a fair chance. Now, I put this video up here. Let me see, remind myself why I put this
What's up, y'all? What's up? It's the Bishop. It's a little chilly out here in New York, but I want to say this to y'all. Don't worry about what people say about you. They just don't understand. Stay fresh. Do you. Allow God to bless you. And drive what you want to drive. That's right. I'm a preacher, bishop. And I drive.
Oh, hell no!
See, there's so much things wrong with this, right? Like, and you start to notice that his crosses changes. One day it could be pearls and all this shit. The next day it's just
Well, because
solid
he's got a
gold
lot
and
of
a
jewelry,
diamond.
Perry.
Right.
I don't blame him for this. I blame the people that go to his church.
No. I mean, I got to blame him.
Both.
At the end of
Let's
the
do
day,
both.
I got to blame him and wonder how many times they had to falling off the bed for him to be their pastor. That's the part. I mean, I'm just being serious and not, because, religion is an important thing. But somewhere in the Bible, it says you must use some kind of judgment, shouldn't you?
Well,
Somewhere.
look, I don't know
A
about
little bit.
you,
A little
but
bit.
I don't want my bishop dressing like that. Did you see he panned the camera down to show his Gucci shoes?
Oh, yeah, he gonna show you all this shit. Look at me.
I can't.
I'm a pastor. Yeah, I mean,
can't.
really. I mean, he said everything. He called himself a preacher, a pastor. He's everything but a thief.
Yes. Also, when they did ask him questions at that press conference about his past, he said he was falsely convicted. He served 5 years. He said that they falsely, convicted him. And he was really, truly innocent.
And then,
I mean,
but he had a tendency to forget what really happened. Like he got a bad case of amnesia, right? Because this whole robbery was a whole robbery that we seen on tape that he put out there for us to see.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "I was brave."
He did say that.
What's brave about?
He said that.
Get down.
And I wanted to mention about his past convictions. So he was convicted for stealing identities and obtaining line of credit from financial institutions for a total of $2 million. So they launched an investigation on him. And the day that they arrested him, they had a warrant. I'm missing so many super chats. Hold on. Who made him a bishop? I don't know. We got questions for them. I don't know who made him a bishop. This one says, Perry, you are on time with the Ayana.
Yeah.
I know. So, and then one more. Ayana says, Perry, love it. Please don't love it. I can't take it. So when he was talking about being falsely arrested and stuff like that, they had been following him for some time, launching an investigation, because that's a lot of line of credit to take out in other people's name. I mean, I don't know what he's thinking. He might be a dumb bishop, because eventually you're going to get caught, especially in the amount of $2 million. But the day that they raided his home, they found a lot of laptops in his house. I bet you they were stolen. Cell phones, a stolen 9mm pistol.
Damn.
Like, what kind of pastor is
Your
packing?
your bishop come to church packing, but as soon as somebody come in and he's so brave, get down. So maybe they took his chain, took his little ropes and shit.
I don't know what I would do.
Did they take his
if,
pistol
like,
too? I mean, he's so damn brave.
I don't know. I mean, I just don't want my bishop carrying a 9mm. For what? Make this make sense. But you know, he's good friends with the Mirror. He has a lot of other celebrity friends that are quite questionable, like Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's Tekashi 6ix9ine's. No, seriously, he's Tekashi 6ix9ine's pastor. I couldn't make this up if you paid me, people, because he's trifling, Sharrell. Poor selfish lack of judgment. Child, he's very trifling. I don't usually call people trifling, but I'm going to make an exception for Bishop Bling Bling. But anyway, so that's what's going on with Bishop Bling Bling. I don't know what it is, my love affair with covering him, but I'm going to be covering him for a while. Every time I look at him, I'm going,
Probably because the things he do is jokeable.
it's a damn shame. And I can't believe that it's real.
It's jokeable. Like, you know, it's one thing you can have stuff in private, but he out there, he want the whole world to see. Look at me, I'm a Bishop Bling Bling at the car wash.
And
Look
if
at
you ask
my
me, Carrie,
Stacey Adams. Look at
I think he secretly likes being called Bishop Bling Bling.
Yeah,
he
do.
really does.
He do. He likes.
I wonder if he works for Jen Shaw. Y'all are messy. Y'all are messy. I don't know what it is. I mean, so Tekashi 6ix9ine goes to church.
Yeah, I'm saying whatever he's doing a good job to get these people money. That's a lot of money for his
$2 million.
He taking out. I mean, you know, it takes a skill to con people out of their money. When you con people out of millions and millions, I got to give him some credit to the craft.
Perry, stop. Perry, stop. Before I move on to a different subject, I just want to show you a picture of his house. This is insane. Okay. My bishop can't have a house this damn big. It looks like an apartment complex.
And that's gorgeous.
That's where he was standing out in front of when he showed those pictures. That's crazy.
I mean, his church members can't build him a church, but they damn sure can build him that big ass house.
Now, these people, I feel like they want to get robbed. He is giving you every sign there is that he's a crook, and they still want to listen to him. And he's been to jail before for identity theft. I can't.
I mean, are they there for prayer, or are they there to learn how he made the money so they can do it? You know what I'm saying? Is it...
At this point, I appoint Perry Bishop. Oh, that's Bonji's a mess. For the People's Channel, Mayor Adams needs to explain. He's good friends with the mayor. He's good friends with the mayor. He is worrying about Joel. Joel didn't stage an alleged robbery, but he did. Shaking my head, just scandal of shame. I mean, please. But I do agree with what you're saying with Perry. I'm really leery of these pastors that make too much money just because of the history and stuff. So, you know, I don't know.
And I get it. You know,
side-eyeing TG.
Some people are going with, well, I mean, you know, what they do, real true pastors, they give up their whole life pretty much in the Bible, right? Preaching the word. And they forfeit going to work, taking care of their family. So they need to be paid. But
right.
Nobody needs to get robbed when people took 3 chains off your neck and you saying shit worth $1 million.
It's crazy.
Nobody needs to have that kind of stuff. You know, and when you, like I said, have you ever seen a picture of that damn church? And it's not the church itself. It's, for me, it's the combined thing. Like when you starting something off, you trying to go from the ground up, right? When this guy garage, well, no, shit, that maybe his ring is worth more than what the church is.
I think so. Okay, so let's move on to this Kelis situation. This is crazy. You kind of hit the nail on the head yesterday, Perry, when I laughed at you and told you to shut up?
Yeah,
I'm
it happens
sorry.
all the time. It happens all the time. And then I get it, and then but thanks for apologizing because you needed
Okay,
to.
so yesterday, Kelis went off on Beyonce because she said Beyonce sampled her song, didn't inform her, and most importantly, didn't pay her. And Perry said, I'm going to give you that little bit of credit you deserve, that that's not Beyonce's song, that is Pharrell's song.
Right.
And Pharrell should be looked at into doing something like that. Okay, so she came back and she kind of backed away from the Beyonce. She said, I still stand by what I said, but I blame Pharrell for this. So let me tell you let me play a clip of what she said and then what's really going on between her and Pharrell. It's kind of crazy.
So just to add to my thought, here's the issue, okay? This is really not about Beyonce or anything else for that. The reality is, okay, and I said what I said, so still all facts, okay? But the reality is that this is more about the fact that like there's a lot of hypocrisy and there's a lot of nonsense. So we've got Pharrell who did an interview, I think last year, talking about artists' rights and how people should be able to rework their deals and artists should be getting credit for what they've done and all this stuff. Where in reality, when I was signed to him, I had the same manager that he had, and he has writing credits on my records, okay? All my singles, coincidentally. And he never wrote a song, a lyric a day in his life, okay? And so, yeah, that's a problem. Number two, we've got Beyonce, who, like I said, out of human decency and artistry and female, just all of the stuff she sings about, all this empowerment and stuff, I don't talk about it, I am about it, okay? So the reality is, all of this female empowerment stuff, it only counts if you really do it. If you're really living it and walking the walk. Don't just talk the talk. It's real cute and fun to sing all these girls' songs. Like, come on now. Let's be real, all right? And then thirdly, you want to talk about Pharrell's like, oh, cause I'm happy. I'd be happy too if I was stealing all kinds of folks' publishing and rights to songs and all kinds of stuff. I actually really wouldn't be happy because it's evil. But the point is, okay, is that there's a lot of hypocrisy and someone has to talk about it and bring it up. And it just so happens that I was thrown in this. This is not like I looked for it. I was actually last night, I was posting on my Bounty and Full page, just doing my own thing. And then I saw one of my fan pages and someone was like, oh, that's a collaboration between B and Kelis. No, it's not a collaboration. It's called thievery because the collaboration, the definition of collaboration, it means that we are working together. There's no working together if you are not even checking to see if everything's cool. That's a problem, okay? I would never do that to another artist. For real. I never have, I never would. Why? Because what's the point? If I like it so much, why wouldn't I just be like, yo, I really like it. Can I use it? Like, whatever. That doesn't happen, right? It's nonsense. Because some people, I don't know what they think. I don't even care. The point is, something has to be done about it. I'm not just going to talk about it. I'm not going to pop off all the time. I'm saying what I have to say because it's true, okay? But I do think that something needs to be done. It happens to a lot of artists. It happens all the time. And I think that really something needs to change. And this just might be the fuel that I needed to actually do it. Because honestly, I try to keep to myself and stay out of the drama. But if it keeps coming to me, what else am I going to do, right? That's all. So say what you want to say. I don't really care. Peace.
Now, she would go on to say that she did not get paid for her 2 first albums with Pharrell. She went to him and complained about, I'm not making any money here. But Kelis isn't the first one to complain about that. Like tons of artists say, you don't make any money, especially in your first couple albums in the music business. This caused tension between her and Pharrell. She ended up walking away. She felt like she couldn't get out the deal. She's saying the things that most artists say. And she's upset with Beyonce because she feels that Beyonce should know better because she was a beginner at one time too. And that Beyonce totally knew what was going on. Can't really blame Beyonce. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Beyonce fan. This is a Pharrell problem. But it's not even a Pharrell problem. It's a music industry problem that everyone says. You've heard people say that Puffy was a crook. Have you heard this before? Puffy's a crook.
Right.
Name any CEO, and most of the time, people are going to complain about those first 2 deals. You could try to negotiate strong arm, like let's say TLC did back in the 90s and try to renegotiate. But mostly, you could not count on that like Drake and try to take the money you do have and make your money off of that, do a lot of touring. Do you think Kelis needs to shut the hell up?
Look, the whole thing is, I think today was a little better. She explained why she sort of feel hurt and used, because I think that's the source of it, right? But even at the same time, with those contracts, even though she was young when she signed them, 18, 19, I don't know, you know, you should have read them, maybe had a private attorney or somebody looking out for your favorite, but she trusted people. Most artists go through this because if I don't sign this contract, I won't get this opportunity, right? But that's why they prey on, you know, young artists, because most of them don't know. So I understand I hurt, and I think her problem is with Beyonce. It's deeper than that. Like, it's like, I think is she feel like Beyonce should know better, and then even if she wasn't getting paid for it, give her some type of credit, just a name, right? Something, right? But I think that, and she feel like with Beyonce that Beyonce sort of copied her style, things she do. No, I'm keeping it real, because I read some stuff the other day, and it's pretty much like it's not the first time Beyonce copied something from her song, like her, you know,
Right. But why
How I
do
Know
this
the
so
Music.
publicly? Why do this so publicly?
It's called Snap, right? No, and me and you have been there too, right? Like, after that, you should know I should have never said that, but you just can't control it. You just hit live, right? But you know, I mean, because you just explode, and I have
Well,
a tendency to do it a lot. I got to slow it down. You just
she's
snap.
pissed. She said Pharrell 100% knew what he was doing when he offered Beyonce that track. And he knew he didn't get clearance on that from her.
But see,
I'm
that's
gonna
the
have
whole
to agree
thing.
with her, huh?
No, what she need to know, she knows she got used by Pharrell. I mean, for whatever way. I mean, now I can say used. A lot of them get that way, but she should. He gave her a contract. She signed it. If it was the contract said I'm gonna get 100% of the money, you get none. That's what she signed. If she would have had a legal issue, she could have sued him back then, or maybe sue him now. But she don't have that. He didn't need to get a clearance on a song that he owned.
Got you. I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Her feelings coming from, I can't believe these damn people.
Yeah.
How the hell they gonna use me up and do me like that?
Oh, hell no.
I can't, Perry. I can't.
I had this thing for Kelis. That's how she's feeling.
Well,
and that's why she snapped.
Yeah, but she's out the business now. I mean, you can go and try to sue and all that, but they tell every artist when you sign that first contract, have somebody look at it because you're signing your life away.
Right.
It is what it is. Liliana says, happy Friday. Now that Deontay will be back on our screens, will you be recapping life after lockup? Look, I don't know. I'm going to watch tonight's episode.
I'm going to watch it tonight and see. If it ain't worth a damn, no.
Beyonce cleared it with Pharrell, who owns it. That's exactly what Perry's saying.
Right.
Yep.
And so that's the whole thing. I think her anger go from just the sense of people being like feeling used.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would feel used too if I was her. Like in that sense where, you know, you sign a contract in good faith.
You got to take it out on B.
Huh?
You ain't got to take it out on Beyonce. Like, please.
Oh yeah, no. No, you don't on her, but her beef is something different. You know how people have certain styles and certain things, and you feel like somebody mimicking you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think her issue is with Beyonce.
Well, anyway, if she did copy her, you know, Beyonce has that reputation of copying off people. All right, let's go to my final story here. This one's a doozy, Perry. Okay, so we all heard this morning that Will Smith apologized to Chris Rock, and you know, I feel like no matter what Will Smith said, the people that already is not willing to forgive him won't. And the people that are willing to forgive him probably didn't need the apology. I felt that it was sincere, but it is what it is. Let's talk about what's really going on. Bishop and Mary Cosby, Gucci in Jesus' name. Y'all are just messy. Okay, so let's talk about what role Jada played in the apology. Okay, so the rumors are, where's my article? That Jada has been pushing for an apology, for a reconciliation between Chris and Will for months, going hard. She really wants these two to get back in each other's good graces, to the point where it's almost overkill. She's been hounding Chris, calling Chris. Chris will not return her phone calls. Now you got I probably got 2 phone calls in me. If I realize that you're dodging me, I will give up. I don't understand this big push for this reconciliation. Why can't she let it just come naturally? And if you ask me, she probably was all behind what to say. Will, you got to say this, you got to do this, you got to do this. Perry, what's wrong with Jada?
She's that person that throw the rock, hide her hand. Okay. What? She's that person that throw the rock, hide her hand.
I mean, because, I heard you. What does that mean?
When this incident happened, a lot of backlash came on Will that jeopardized big money, right? And then it also came where people started to look at her. She's trying to clean her hands and like she was the mediator that brought them back together, right? And the whole thing, she want the backlash gone because she need Will DeBerry to make as much money as possible because she gets that.
Perry, stop. You are a mess.
No, I mean, no, that's just my thinking. He said, well, I mean, because she was so upset that night. Now, why is she begging and pleading behind the scenes?
Yeah, she did not look upset that night. She didn't. And remember, she went out the next night to another event.
Right. But I mean, to me, in my opinion, Jada is all about Jada, right? And, you know, even if it's allegedly true or not, she slept with Chris Rock. She did it for her own fulfillment. And then she'll use Will to hold over his head or whatever. She monopolized people, use people as pawns.
But what is she getting out of? You're saying she wants these two to reconcile so people can quit talking about this because it backfired on her.
Because
and instead of Will getting the bad reputation, she got the bad reputation. That's what you're saying?
Exactly. That and also the money factor. If Will, I mean, yeah, he just signed that little contract and stuff recently, but if she'd been doing this way before this, since the Oscars, she was trying to make sure that this shit died down.
Yeah,
so he's able to, you know, to get this money. So of course she want them to reconcile. Then people would be like, "Yay, it's a good thing," and we can forget about her, and she would just make the money.
Well, listen, I think that you're right. As in, the slap caused the public to turn on Jada. And I don't think there's no getting out of that. She could pretend like it never happened. She could push for a reconciliation. First of all, for whatever his reasons are, Chris Rock isn't having it. He don't want nothing to do with her. He ignored her phone calls for months. He don't want nothing to do with her. He don't want nothing to do with Will. So it's not going to
I think, and if she was calling, he realized the devil she is.
Oh, so, Perry!
No. I'm only just saying, like, if anybody, okay, like, you got two sides. You got Will, you got Chris on the other side. She's playing the middle. And part of me think that Will know too. Like, you know, with counseling, whatever, I don't know, whatever. But he sort of know that she's the issue.
Well,
then this probably would have happened if it wasn't for her.
How is this all Jada's fault? Why did she get the bad reputation? I think it kind of exposed her and Will's relationship. You know, all the articles that was coming out and just the hard times that they were having. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, she exposed her own reputation with the red carpet. So let's keep that shit real. I mean, not red carpet, the red table talk. So, and the things we have seen of her, right? And no, nobody know personally what's going on, you know, inside their house.
Yeah.
But we have seen clips. And the same way you can have an opinion and think, why is it her fault? I'm gonna have an opinion thinking I think it is her fault.
Damn.
That's some weak men around you that's falling for the shit.
You call Will Smith weak?
I'm just simply saying that you got the little general in the middle that's playing both of them. That's it.
You just call Jada the general?
When she want cash, she call Will. When she wants some wild kinky sex, she call Chris.
Okay, I'm done. No. Perry, stop.
Perry, no, she doesn't. She calls August.
Y'all stop. Listen. Smoke, why was Jada pushing so hard for this reconciliation? That seems like it's not going to happen. What did she get out of that?
I mean, she gets to, not have to basically deal with the possible divorce that Will can throw at her. Even though he can lose half of his earnings, I think that is more than enough to have his peace and sanity away from Jada. So she's looking like, I can't miss out on my future earnings. I can't tap into my annuities and my stocks. So I got to keep the money flowing to keep it growing.
Y'all are messy. Listen, do you think this reconciliation is going to happen? Chris don't want nothing to do with none of them.
No, but on a serious tip, though, I mean, I'm sorry, Smoke.
No, go ahead.
I think in time it will. Because I think at some point, both of them got to realize they both been played. But go ahead, Smoke.
Smoke. What are your thoughts on the reconciliation? Is it going to happen?
I think it is, but it's going to take a while. Like, literally, this is going to have to be, like, I think only... I won't even say Oprah. I think Gail should do the interview between them because she's very good at these high profile interviews. So I feel like Gail's gonna be the one to sit in between and be like, "Now, Chris, please tell Will how you felt that night when he went up there and pimp smacked you." And she'd be like, "Now, Willard, what do you want to say to Chris now that he's in front of you?" So I think that can happen because I feel like it's just gonna take time. And I feel like if I was Chris Rock, I wouldn't accept apology for 10 years as long as it's banned from the Oscars.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've heard of. Stop, Smoke. Toria, do you think that the slap gave Jada the bad reputation?
Yep. It was her fault. I don't care what he said, that she didn't have nothing to do with it. She didn't tell him to do it. She gave him that look, you better do something.
Yep.
And that's my story, and I'm sticking with it, and I agree with everything Perry said. It's her fault, and that's the only reason why she's trying to facilitate the reconciliation between them two. But Chris out there making his money, because he's really making a lot of money now, where his career was kind of slowed down a little bit. So keep on not accepting the apology and keep on doing you, Chris.
Smoke.
Yes.
Pastor Bling Bling.
Pastor Pimplehorn.
Pastor Bling Bling. Listen, do you want your pastor walking around with that much gold and diamonds on him? Doesn't he scream comment? What is wrong with people that go to his church?
Well, I'm a Buddhist, so I can't. I was a former Christian and early on in my life, but I can just say this: yeah, he screams everything that's wrong. I think in the church where I can't fault the people who go because these people are putting genuine faith in like this man will help to guide us to salvation. Granted,
are they putting? He's in Gucci shoes. He's all blinged out. Why are they putting faith in this man? He screams con artist.
Yeah,
but the thing about that is just looking like that's what he is as a comment. So he's very good with his words, and he can like gaslight the hell out of anybody, and you manipulate the scripture or the word to get what he needs and wants.
I see what you're saying. You're saying he talks a good game, so they're listening to what he's saying and not matching it up to his reality.
Because go ahead, Perry. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say it could be too. Like when you're talking about why people would go. See, people go to a lot of things for different reasons, right? And if he, getting his people to invest money and stuff like that, is he really having Sunday service or a Sunday seminar?
What?
Because people praise people with money, right? I got the nice car. Well, hey, you know what? I'm gonna do what Pastor Bling Bling does. Go to his seminars so I can be that. Or that they could simply be going there for religious reasons, right? But, last time I checked, I think Jesus walked around, no gold, nothing on, and probably had a donkey. You know what I'm saying? Now he got a $500,000
and barefooted.
car.
He used to hang out with the whores and the harlots. So technically, the bishop is getting it in half, right?
I feel uncomfortable with my pastor pulling up in a Rolls Royce.
Me too, Sharrell. Me too.
Do you, Toria? Something about that just doesn't sit right with me. And
it doesn't.
His past record. The minute I found out that you were in jail for identity theft, we're done.
Yeah.
But then I say
it's a wrap. And I think he called PK and got some advice for the robbers because they only robbed him and his wife.
I mean, this pastor, please. But he knows people in powerful places. He hangs out with the mayor. Like I said, he is the bishop for Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Is he really?
Yeah, I swear to God. I swear to God.
See, that's why I said, is it Sunday service or a Sunday morning seminar? And
I
would say this though,
Perry.
right? the whole thing is this.
Yeah.
I have no problem if my pastor do pull up in a Rolls Royce, if I see him feeding the hungry, right? Because he should be able to be rich, right? I mean, you know, but within reason. If you feeding the hungry and, you know, doing God's work, I don't see God's work there. I just see a selfish man taking people money, buying bling bling.
Well, Perry, that's the same thing. I don't think it's a seminar. I think it's a fundraiser. It reminds me of those ads they used to have run on BET on Sunday morning for Feed the Children. You notice since the pandemic started, I haven't seen a Feed the Children ad in almost 3 years.
Tekashi 6ix9ine is his boy. This makes me feel uncomfortable, okay? I don't know why I'm feeling uncomfortable about him hanging with Tekashi, but something about it, and Tekashi was gang related, is gang related. I don't know, because I heard he, you know, was beating him up and all that. But my point is, it's just
it's horrible.
I heard the preacher was still involved in things that goes on in the streets in New York, and that they was using his church to funnel drug money through it.
Have you guys heard that the preacher allegedly is selling and is using the
think
church
about
as
it this way, right? And the people who go to this church, and you know, I'm just assuming, and how the church look above the chicken shack, that he can't be raising that much money, but under the nonprofit, it do give you that tax-free things where you can say where you get that Rolls Royce. From my
church.
gathering, right?
Yeah.
All this kind of shit, right? And that's the whole thing for me. You know, I don't care if you drive a Rolls Royce, but I don't see him giving back to nobody. He just bragging about.
I think that's the problem, Perry, with the churches nowadays. They need to remove that nonprofit from them.
Yep.
They need to remove that and let them start paying taxes, because a lot of them evangelists, how they get involved with politics and everything, and they're using the money to give to these politicians.
Right.
Yep.
And it shouldn't be. The church is not about that. And I'm so sick of, like you said, Sharrell, a lot of these preachers driving Rolls Royces, having private planes and all that. Hey, take that nonprofit and let them start paying taxes, and let's see how many of these big mega churches drop off.
Yep.
And let preaching get back to what it's supposed to be, about the word and helping people and helping the poor and everything. You don't get into preaching to become a millionaire. Not if you're a real preacher.
But if you're that good and became a millionaire, it should be a lot of people around you that got a lot of support. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get to that point, you should be giving back. That's what the hell they're up there behind the pulpit saying, right?
Yeah. And that person who just put that comment there, absolutely, like, don't trust any of these TV evangelists, because they all are all one and the same.
Everybody's saying, I'm hearing now, don't trust TD Jakes. Why are people saying this? What's going on?
He's the same way.
Because he said a whole lot of things about the black women. I didn't listen to all of it, but I heard it was pretty bad. And he's done some questionable things.
Hey,
his name is going around there a lot lately.
Hey, D. This is Jada in August, in case you were asking in the chat.
D, can you hear us? You're on mute. Can you hear us, D? You're on mute.
And I love their picture too.
Oh, I'm here. I'm so sorry. I'm here eating chicken wings. I'm not even sorry.
Let me read these super chats really quickly. How does he have a sheet as a backdrop and he's driving a Rolls Royce? As Sharrell would say, make it make sense. I don't trust this preacher. I don't care. Sharrell, my pastor used to always say, no one should get paid to do God's work. That's a real pastor, okay? And why these big time pastors won't even pay for dinner for the members, but expect you to give up your rent money to them. Okay, D, what did you want to add to the conversation?
Okay. So what I want to say first about Will and Jada, for some weird reason, I was never a Jada fan. So I don't have any comments with that. Honestly, I hope Will just leaves her.
Oops.
Their
Okay.
kids are grown, and there seems to be a disconnect between them. So they might as well just go part ways.
It's starting to get painful to watch. Go ahead.
Yes. As for Bishop Smollett,
Bishop Juicy.
everything about this man screams scammer,
It does. I don't
fraud,
get it.
and it's scary. Like, so I heard that a lot of the members of the church are actually there because of his wife, not him. His wife apparently comes from a religious household. Like, she's a PK. She's a preacher's kid.
Okay.
And so a lot of them are in the church because of her. So apparently, well, not apparently, but I've also heard that some of the congregation are upset. And they're talking.
Because of the robbery?
Yes.
They don't believe it?
No. I mean, a lot of things are just, it doesn't make sense. First of all, there's no way my pastor is going to be driving a Lamborghini truck,
a G-Wagon,
a Rolls Royce. Like, these are $200,000 and $300,000 cars.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And his church is on top of the bodega.
Y'all are messy. Perry keeps talking about that church being. So what? Listen.
It's on top of the bodega.
Even the white edges is a con.
Can we talk about the Gucci bow tie?
That's his wife. That's his wife. She's very, very pretty, isn't she?
And she looks like a con artist too.
Oh, Simone. What? Is it the chain?
It's the edges for me. The frame at the top. I see. I don't, and I deal with natural hair, so I'm looking like, sis, you are giving Mr. and Mrs. Khan.
The edges.
Yes, just zoom into
Not
the edges. Zoom in, Sharrell. See them real up close.
I can't. Oh, Smoke, stop. You are cracking me up today. Stop. Oh, my God.
They out there robbing America under the name of God. That's
seriously,
the real serious thing about
it's disgusting.
Yes.
Is it Amelia? Ballerina? Can you hear me? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Hi.
What did you want to add to the conversation? Because we are kind of dragging the hell out of the bishop.
Girl, let me sit, please. I have nothing to add, you know. I'm a Catholic. It's a very different religion, you know. The pastor shouldn't be doing the devil's work, you know. Trust me. Trust me, honey. Because pastor should be able to spreading the word of kindness, not bow down to the devil. I mean, excuse me, but that's true. I mean, hello.
So everybody we've had so far call in, they're not feeling the pastor.
Don't let me get started on the Catholic Church because I grew up Catholic. And
well, girl,
I left them a long time ago.
I know. Don't even start this topic. I don't want to even start this topic because it's a different ball game down there.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you feel that Will's apology was sincere?
Girl, let me sip another time.
Okay.
I don't think so.
You don't.
It's fake and phony. I'm sorry.
First of all, it's like 3 months late.
Yes, and it's really fake. You know, it's really out. It's like staged. You know, excuse me, but Jada should be out of this business. I mean, I don't like her. She's like a master manipulator. I don't know.
Yep.
Everybody hates Jada. Wow.
True pimp.
She plays a very nasty game just to get Chris and Will be buddies. They never ever would be able to reconcile because what happened in the whatever the event was. So he slapped and that's it. There's no way back. I'm sorry.
You're saying, do you believe that Chris slept with Jada? I'm just going to ask you straight up. Do you?
Girl, let me sip.
Oh, no, not another sip.
I don't know. I don't follow Hollywood, but I heard the rumor. I don't know if it's true that he slept very secretly. I don't know. Maybe it's true. Maybe some people know something about this, but I heard. I don't know if it's true, but yes.
Well, okay, so then why do you think they won't ever reconcile?
I don't know. I think because they have issues, together, because they both very strong actors, and they actually, I don't know. I don't follow the Hollywood because Hollywood is very corrupted industry. I'm sorry, but I don't think they do. I think they do it for the publicity, just to get more famous, like the Amber Heard and the trial. It became famous, so I think they do the same.
Mm-hmm.
Perry, you said something like that Jada's with Will for the money. Remember
that bitch
all
should be
for the
famous.
cash. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You just called Jada a bitch.
Oh yes, of course. Did you hear the interview? She wasn't sincere. She perfectly explained what she thinks about Chris and Will. I mean, she's a master manipulator. She's a nasty snake. I'm sorry. I mean,
I agree.
She's a snake. She is like sniper on the side,
Yeah. I think, Perry, you're right. That slap hurt Jada the most.
Right.
It didn't hurt Chris or Will as much as it damaged Jada's reputation.
If I were Will, I would divorce Jada immediately. She's a nasty person. I know someone who actually worked for the movie with Jada, and you know what? Behind the stage, she's a really nasty person. Trust me. She's really nasty. She doesn't want to talk to anyone. She's like, oh, I'm a diva. I'm famous. Oh, you don't, I have money and you don't. Excuse me. I don't have money and I'm proud of it, You shouldn't be telling to a girl who actually starting acting career that I have money and you don't. I don't think you will be famous. I mean, who does that? I mean,
damn.
And Sharrell, I got this theory, right? Just a theory. Yeah. What could have possibly happened for the little general in the middle, the little pimp, right?
True, yeah.
I think the Oscar thing looked bad embarrassed for Chris because, nobody in public want to see a man slap you like that.
Right.
It made Will look bad for slapping him, but I think it comes back to why she's trying to fix it, why she looked bad, right? Because now she's being exposed for what she actually is. Like,
what is she, Perry?
She was getting this treatment, and with my theory, I think the reason why Chris has been going after her with smart comments and his little comedy stuff,
playing head games,
yeah. Where smoke, there's fire. Yes.
I think when she wrapped those legs around him, he fell in love. Right?
Close your legs for married men.
Exactly.
Close your legs for married men.
I think Perry, stop.
No, Perry. I think he fell in love, and with the fake promises.
Wait, stop. You think Chris Rock is in love with Jada?
Okay. You know how, guys do this. They can pull up to a girl in the bar and be like, hey, baby, how you doing?
No, answer that question.
When they say no, you walk away and say, bitch, right? It's just things we do.
Perry, I want to make sure this is clear. You think Chris Rock is in love with Jada?
Yeah, you know how, that... man
I don't know, maybe other panels
he's almost like a man scorn, right?
Let's find out.
She hypnotized him with the cooch.
And he can't let it go.
Yes, I heard that, yes.
So, Victoria, she doesn't have a cooch. She has a Venus flytrap.
Wait a minute. Does anybody else on this panel think Chris Rock is in love with Jada Pinkett Smith?
I don't think so.
I think what happened.
Perry, you are out there. That's
what I'm saying. No.
I think it's 50-50. Let's deliberate.
He might not be still in love with her like that. He's bitter for being used. Because like I said, he fell in that Venus flytrap, like Smoke said, right? He got stuck, right? And then she dismissed his ass, right? And that's why he's throwing these little small comments out. Will, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? Like, he trapped too.
Perry, wait, just slow down. Just slow down.
Perry, he has Stockholm syndrome. He ain't trapped.
Perry, you think Chris Rock is in love with Jada Pinkett and he's holding
Okay. Why would somebody be that invested to always joking about a person?
Everything is possible.
Is some bitterness there, right?
Oh my God.
And the only thing I can think of, if the rumors is true and they slept together, she wrapped them up tight, okay?
Oh God. Okay, Perry, stop. Perry, stop. This is getting ridiculous. Oh my God.
I can agree with you, Perry, yes.
Barry, I have the best theory. I think what it was is that they wanted to take turns, and Jada said no.
How old is Jada? How old is Jada now?
Jada was the one that was doing the pegging.
I'm done.
And Chris was like, okay, you can peg me if you want. I want to take my turn too. And she's like, no, not happening. So he's like, I'm going to get you, bitch.
Yeah, How old is she? How old is she?
Where your hair at? You know what I'm saying? Then he got mad.
Maybe she wanna be pregnant from him.
Anyway, thank you, Toria D. And is it Amelia?
Yes.
Thank you guys for calling in. I appreciate the call. Take care, guys.
Yes, thank you.
Bye,
guys.
Bye, guys.
I have one more thing to say about the Beyonce Kelis thing.
Go ahead.
So I may have spoken out of turn yesterday. I mean, in this particular situation, Beyonce was not in the wrong. She's still a beautiful liar, though. I'm gonna say that and stick with it. But
you're backing down.
Smoke. Are you actually apologizing?
I am.
Disagreeing with me yesterday?
I am. I can be man enough to say, like, you know what? I was wrong. I spoke out of turn. I didn't have all the facts. I apologize for being wrong.
You know what, though? I mean, we ain't gonna pull a Chris Rock and Will situation. I accept your apology.
Okay, sound off, Miss Dugan.
Hey, Sharrell and Carrie.
Hey, what's
How
up?
are
What's
you?
up?
Thanks for taking my call. I'm a first-time caller. I watch you all.
Welcome.
I watch you all the time, but I don't never get a chance to call in.
Okay, what do you want to sound off on first?
Okay, well, I want to talk about Pastor Gucci, number one.
Oh.
He's a scammer and a crook. He definitely is not getting any money from that Raggedy Tail church. There were no members. I think that church is just a front to launder his little scam money.
Yeah.
And it ain't no telling what he doing for money. We don't even want to think about that. It's just ain't no telling.
And I tell you what, he probably got more than that church. He probably got a laundromat.
Exactly.
And he damn sure got that ice cream truck.
What you trying to say, that the pastor might be dealing?
That or worse.
I'm not gonna even throw that like that. I'm not gonna say it on air. He probably got a laundromat and he got an ice cream truck.
That sounds enough right there.
Yeah.
Hey, Diva.
Big worm.
We know you were running late today. Sound off on the pastor first. Did you get to hear any of the?
Yeah, I heard the whole thing. The pastor's a whole hot mess. See, con artists, they always think they can outsmart everybody, right? So he felt like he was going to do that press conference and bamboozle us. But when that lady came with the questions, all of a sudden the press conference over. You got to ask me through email or whatever the case may be. Yeah. I do believe that his money is coming from somewhere else, because that church is not even a mega church. It's very small. I don't think those parishioners have that type of money. That mansion he is in New Jersey.
So you live in New Jersey. What's Saddle River like?
Oh, it's an expensive area. And so probably the taxes, looking at that thing, I'm sure the taxes alone per year is $25,000 or more. Easy.
Diva, how you feel about him having that big ass mansion, but holding Sunday service in a pigeon coop?
Well, see, the thing is, he's so fraudulent. Like I believe the church is a front, and I do believe he probably got money, stole money from some of the people, but all of that, what he has, is not being funded just by those church members. He's doing something else. It's obvious. Right. And that's why he didn't want to answer that question. He shut that conference down. Right. So, he's messy. And I think it's very sad that you have such a position where you are responsible for the spiritual health of people, and you're taking advantage. You know what? He needs to go straight to hell. And that's all I got to say about that man. He's a mess, right?
Yes,
Gucci outfits on and those expensive cars. But I know I'm out of turn, but he had a first wife, and he just did not do that first wife right.
What did you hear? What did you hear, Sin, about the first wife?
The first wife said that he abused her. And he had kids by the first wife.
Hi, Sharrell. Sin is hitting it on the head. I'm from New York. I'm Shadrika. I watch you guys all the time. I love you guys. I love Perry. Perry's my favorite. I'm sorry. Y'all need to leave Perry and his sounds alone.
But Shadrika, you're around that area. Tell me what you heard.
Yeah, I'm from Queens, New York. So I did my little research once this came out. I was really intrigued because I'm 7-day Adventist, and the way 7-day Adventist runs, like the money doesn't stay in the church. So there's really no way for the pastors to become rich off the church because the conference pays them. And yeah, so they deal with all of that. So when I see Sunday churches come up and stuff like this, it's never surprising to me. Especially where I'm from. I don't know if y'all know about Allen AME. That's another one that they should be looking into. But that
Church, yeah.
I'll zip my mouth about that. But his first, he only talks about the 8-month-old getting robbed in his little stakeout thing that he put together. But he also has an older daughter, which is from his first marriage, his first wife. I don't know if they were married or not, but the word on the curb is that he was really dealing in the Brooklyn streets with the drugs and the scamming. Scamming is very big in New York.
Wow.
It's a very big thing. It's people are still doing it till this day, scamming with the PPEs and all that stuff. One thing that was big in New York was the scamming with the unemployment. I'm sure he has his hands in that, but the word on the curb is he does real estate. That's his front for big business. He does real estate, flips houses. And what it's looking like is that he's not making enough money to fund the flipping of the housing. So that's why everyone is believing he's doing this whole jewelry fraud scheme to get money for his other businesses.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is not the first time that he had a fraudulent insurance claim either.
How he's going to do all of that is beyond me. But he is being investigated because one of his church members gave him $90,000 because she was trying to buy a home. He told her because he does real estate. I feel like that's why his church members probably believe in him, because New York flipping houses is a big business. You can make a lot of money flipping houses. So it's not impossible for him to have all these lavish things if he is doing what he says he is doing. But back to the $90,000, the lady gave him the $90,000 because she was trying to buy a home. She didn't have good credit. So he was supposed to put her in touch with somebody to help her buy a home. She basically told her, because she's an older lady, she's on a fixed income, told him that, she needed money to pay her bills. This is all the money that she has saved from working all her life. And she needed money to be able to pay the bills. This Negro is going to give the lady $100 in New York State. With the way the rent and everything is going, the man was giving her $100 a week. I don't know what.
Hell no!
You can't even buy groceries with $100.
So you're saying that it was an older lady on a fixed income? That's terrible.
Yes, and she gave him $90,000, and he was giving her $100 a week. He only gave her one payment in January, and then he told her that he presumed that her money was gonna be for his campaign to run for Brooklyn Borough President.
But he also did it to someone else, but they were in the hospital.
Yep, that's what I was about to say. He did it to a couple of other members too. That's all
they were in the hospital.
And that's it. That's all I got to say about him. He is a low down, dirty man. Wherever he's going to hell is going to be hot as hell for him, because he is like
gasoline draw zone.
The more you dig on Twitter, the more stuff you find out about him. Like there's a whole bunch of people talking about him, people who personally know him on Twitter, from Queens, from Brooklyn. Like this man, I don't know.
Did you see that Larry Reid interview when he called the co-host fat?
He said she was Biggie Smalls, but no, you're not Biggie Smalls. You Biggie B.
I laughed at that.
It was disgusting. It was disgusting. And don't no preacher act like that. Like that was a mess. That was a whole hot mess.
Yep.
But another thing that got me is when he went to the police department to file a claim or a report. He went to the police department with a fitted Fendi suit on.
Well, him and Eric Adams are very good friends. They're very good friends. He had a press
mayor.
conference.
Are you talking about the mayor?
Yeah. They're very good. They rub shoulders a lot. That's why I don't like Eric Adams either. But they're good friends. He had a press conference, I believe, today or yesterday. One of these days, he had a press conference about what, I don't know. But yeah, but I did want to say, the one thing I want to say is I agree with Perry and Smith about the whole Beyonce thing. She's technically not wrong, but because she wants to come off as the people's champ, she is wrong. She is wrong because she wants to act like she's the people's champ and she's all, oh, I'm so positive, black power, black.
Wait,
I
ho.
think she's wrong without giving Kelis some type of call like, hey girl, I love your stuff.
Wait, Cedrica, you're saying that Beyonce thinks she's the people's champ?
She is.
She does.
I'm Miss Black Woman.
All right now.
Everybody loves me. I fight for the people. That is Beyonce. That's what she's known for.
But she's the #1 female artist.
And even more reason for you to be more collaborative and more inclusive and call people and say, hey, girl, hey, I'm going to have your stuff on. I love what you do. Maybe we could work together another time. And that's that.
Exactly.
Apparently, Kelis is going to get royalties from it because she lists her as a creative. So she did do the right thing.
Yeah.
But...
Sharrell, I made that.
Beyonce haterade going on. I'm feeling up here.
It's not haterade, Sharrell. We made this point yesterday when I said you got mad when someone took your exclusive. So it's the same thing. You would want notice.
What we're not going to do is talk about Beyonce.
Trying to check me? Did he just try to check me?
I didn't try.
Who is wrong is Slytherin is wrong. Slytherin is wrong. That's vampire Slytherin, Voldemort, the one who shall not be named. Pharrell, he's the wrong one. Him and Jack is wrong.
Yeah.
They're wrong. But Beyonce is just caught up in the mix of the wrong. She's not really wrong, but she kind of is. Because if you're gonna portray yourself like you're every woman, you're there for everybody, do the right thing and just give her a call. That's all.
Well, I think another reason why she's talking, she's grieving. She lost her husband to cancer, and when you're grieving, you're gonna speak out about some stuff that just any little thing's gonna piss you off.
I'm still stuck on the haterade for the Beyonce that's going around here.
I know, right? We beehives over here.
No one is hating.
You know what, Sharrell? I think Kelis' fight is a little bit different now that more information has come out, right? Because if he owns it, he can do whatever he wants with what he owns. Now, the flip side is he stole it from you. Deal with that. So you know what I mean? You got to deal with that. And I like Kelis a lot. I follow her. I love the way she does this cooking thing and all of that. But you have to take the fight where it belongs. He stole it from you, so you don't technically own it. She said he never wrote a song a day in his life. Okay, we get it. You wrote it. But doesn't matter if your name is not there as you have the credits for all this stuff and you own it. Mm-hmm. So if I own something, I can do what I want with what I own. And I don't have to consult with you. He stole it. It's terrible. But that's the piece I think that she needs to deal with. The fact that he stole this from her. And she's really mad about that.
Also, Diva, with that, since she was like coming up in the industry, and I think this happens with all artists, they're not going to sit down and be like, hey, let me take a look at this contract and read the fine details, or let me talk to my lawyer. As soon as, like, let's say a Puffy or let's say a Jay-Z or whoever hears that, they're just willing to be like, okay, let's not do business. And they'll still take that artist's work, put their name on it, and put another face to it and still get the credit. So it's like, Kelis is in a bad situation no matter what she would have done working with Pharrell at the beginning of her career and not having the proper credit for her song.
Right. Yeah.
Well, listen, haters. I'm glad y'all called in.
That's right. They're not gonna mess with us. We beehives over here.
Yeah. I'm glad the hating crew called in and cleared up some things. And that was good stuff you said, Chandrika, about Reverend Bling Bling. That's what I'm calling him. Bishop Bling Bling.
I've been trying to get in on this for so long. I've been trying and I
came at the right time.
Things in my head too sometimes, but sometimes I'll be side on you, Diva. But
I don't know what it is. I'm loving covering him because it just gets worse every day.
Yeah. Sharrell, I'm gonna try to find that ex-wife because she got a lot of stuff to say about him. I mean, a lot of stuff.
Oh, that would be good.
She knows all of his scamming secrets.
Damn.
And FBI.
And you said he hit his first wife?
Yep.
He was whooping her. He was whooping her. And
Put his hands on her.
I feel like she sent him to jail because he mysteriously went to jail for fraud for 5 years. And apparently the crew that he was running with, I guess they're not snitches or whatever. But I don't know. A woman scorned ain't nothing to play with. So I wouldn't be surprised if she sent him down the river. So.
And she's gonna send him again. Watch.
And it sounds like jail didn't teach him a damn thing, but only how to be a better criminal. He gets out.
I know.
And he goes right back to
Exactly.
scamming.
He got in there and tell me how to do this again.
All right, you guys, I'm running out of time. Thank you, everyone, for calling in. This was a great conversation. Welcome to the family, Chandrika.
Sharrell, I got something to tell you,
Thank
too.
you. It's been a pleasure. I love y'all.
Thank you.
Take care. What did you say, Sin?
I said I got something else to tell you too, but it's private.
All right, hang out backstage. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you all. Take care. And Smoke, you're just too much.
And have a nice weekend, everybody.
I am. Have a good
Have
nice
a good weekend.
everybody.
Have a good weekend. Yeah. All right. We missed you today. Diva, you didn't have to come on. I appreciate you coming on, though. I really do.
No problem.
All right. I wanted to, if I didn't get to your call
hot
backstage,
date.
I do apologize. I'm simply out of time. I still got another video to do after this. Dreamer says, if you look at the credits, it's understandable why Kelis would be mad. She is featured in the credits as a performer. Ooh. Wow. I mean, but you still not gonna get me mad at Beyonce. I'm sorry, but that ain't right. If you like this video, please don't forget to click that like button. It does wonders for my video, gets me in the algorithm. I want to thank everyone for your super chats. You don't have to support the channel, and you do, so I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And hey, Lily, thank you for stopping by. All right, y'all, let's say bye on three.
Can I play my
1,
song?
2, 3. Go ahead.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always
Bye, you guys.
lying?
See you next time.